Hello and welcome back. I'm Bebo Joe and this is Captain of Industry. We have some corn, wheat, grain, material to make some bread, and that has to happen so population can go in the right direction again. And I did not forget about all of that. There's more problems afterwards. So, we are clearly in a position where we just don't have the workers that we need. Could I build a second beacon? I don't think I can, or that would even have the effect that I want here. Currently, our population growth is positive, yeehaw, but it's not good enough where I would say, yeah, we're good now. So, I need to build a couple production chains over here, and we already talked about that last time, I think, I'm guessing. And we're getting a mill. Cool. This thing is turning a little bit of wheat into a little bit of flour and a little bit of animal feed. We talked briefly about animal feed could be used to burn some stuff, right? That's what the thing was. Yeah, that was like the end of the last episode. Consumption-wise, yes. We can use a boiler with some water and use animal feed. Okay, cool. If we go over here where we actually have boilers, is that a realistic option? The answer is no, because we don't have a good way to split this up in the right place without blocking. Well, would this work if we give it other materials to go in? As we really only need water and coal. I want to try something. This is the power one. Don't do the power one. Do the other one. Do this one over here. There's less room inside. Yeah, we can figure that out. What's the coal doing there anyways? Nobody really knows. But let's see. Can we expand on this guy? If you go there, you're like, nope. If you go there, you go like, nope. But if you go there and go like, nope, it has to go up somewhere. That's fine, I think. No, it's really not fine because you absolutely do not have enough room to do the thing that you think you want to do here. That is probably accurate. Okay. Do you want to feed this one into here and see if we can make this one jump up a little bit? I'm not sure that I have really any other choice. I guess there is another path. Okay, let's look at this. If we would go out here, E to go up. No, the game just says you can't go up here. You have to make this one move out a little further or this one move out a little further. The problem is I don't think the water can run any other way to make this happen. So if I want to, I would have to put the boiler probably next to this and get water as a separate thing. Then your boiler comes in. Oh, hold on. There's room. Oh, I'm making this way too complicated. To figure out if this actually works, why don't we just do this? Put this one at the top and see if they, bring in enough animal feed. And if the answer is yes, they do bring enough animal feed, then we will see how full this thing actually gets. And just depending on that, import only if bells pipes can't. Yes. And if that all works, I think we have an option here to move a couple things around, especially with the piping. Pretty much just replace this or move this one further back here, which should be relatively simple. Then replace another open storage or this storage. What's that? Loose storage next to this, and then feed that into the into that guy, and then we should be okay. Are you guys moving something useful in the direction? Oh, that's coal. That's not actually what I wanted to see. What do we have going on here? Just a little bit. So we're currently not even having enough flour, and that's the other question. I don't know how much flour we actually have to produce out of this thing, but those are the pieces that we are trying to answer. Okay. Obviously, you already have a mistake going on here. What's that mistake? I moved this one to the outside, and I don't know how many levels deep I want to go, which really just translates to, okay, is your only input is wheat. Okay, I have an idea. I do have an idea. I think I have an idea. Okay, don't flip it. R. You maybe already seen what my idea is. You don't want to be built here because you like terrain. Oh, terrain too low. What? Oh, because okay, that makes sense. I had something funky going on with the terrain structure, but that's fine. So, if we do this, give yourself a little bit of room. I'm going to give myself 2 of these right next to each other, mostly because the only input we have is grain, and that is relatively simple to get to. Can someone just take care of this? Yeah, we have more than enough of that stuff already available. That's good. Let's get these connected to the right thing, and it's really easy to expand it this way. I think we can all agree on that. Cool. The next part is storage of the stuff that we don't want. One of them is, of course, loose storage, which would be here. You just want to plop it here, or what's your plan with that? I think this is fine because I think it is fine. If you put one there, you have one more room over here. This is just the animal feed that we want to store. I think that could be okay. No, you're gonna box yourself into a corner here. Stop it. Stop it before it's too late. Stop the madness. Okay, well, with that in mind, this is where you're gonna plop it, and we want to plop it in a way that we have 3 stacks out here. Do you want this one up or down? I want this one down. Okay, then you want this one up. True. E. That looks good. And then this one can just run out this way. I'm just trying to map out all the things that we're going to figure out here. Hopefully I don't math too wrong, because I generally math wrong when I try to math in any games that I play while I do something else at the same time. So for right now, those all just connect, and that's our current situation. Let's call it that. That's the situation that we're in. That's what current situation means. Very good. Wonderful. And then, yeah, I think this one can probably just honestly plop right here. I don't really want the U-shaped conveyor get too far away from all of the other things. This feels fine. This is unnecessary now. And this one also is not necessary the way that it was laying or sitting there, because all we really need from here is... I do like this quality of life. You just have to come straight down. That's fine. And then you can connect into the unit storage for the wheat that we get out of here. Easy enough. Cool. That's all good. What's this one? That one is nothing yet, but eventually there's a pipe here that's going to do something. And I honestly don't know what that might be. Oh, it's a corn mash that we could produce. What do we do out of corn mash? Currently nothing, but down the road, probably something. Great. I am happy with this. For now, I think it will do the things that we wanted to do, and we have 2 productions here. I have no idea if that is enough, and then we do probably need a way to produce more corn. Period. I don't know how much corn we actually need to worry about here, but there's no way we're gonna have enough after this one little trick that we're playing here. So we're gonna see how that works. Should you make this drivable by truck? I mean, looking at it, yes, the answer is absolutely. Okay, let's pause, because I'm gonna cheat the game just a little bit. We're gonna pause. We're gonna remove all of this. I will tell each and every one of them just to remove it with Unity, because we have enough Unity to make this work. All of that looks good. Unpause, go. There's enough room right there that they can just get out of here. Yep, take that one away too. There's a little bit of pipe that I don't actually think I wanted, but that's fine. Run the water pipes through here. And as you can see, this side should be relatively straightforward. We have more than enough room to do the things that we want to do. That's fine. And then here, you just have to go up 1, 2, 3, probably, because why not? You go here, and then you go there. No truck is going to be able to run through that. Thank you. That makes perfect sense. What is our consumption currently water-wise? 32. Okay, so this is 1 water pipe that has to be connected, which is connected now. That can be handled by the thing that we wanted to handle. And here we're going to go up to 3. I'm actually going to go up to 3 here. That pylon is in the right place where I actually wanted it. That feels good. One will just feed... Why? I guess it's fine. You can go that low if that's what you want. That should be okay. And this one is not quite the way that I wanted it, but is 1 square enough for a truck to get through? The answer to that is most likely going to be no. So let's remove that and see if we can be a little cheeky here. No, you cannot be cheeky there. Okay, got it. Remove that, remove this, get another pipe in here. That's even less cheeky. Okay, very good. I think you know exactly what I'm trying to do here. I am not convinced that I can do the thing that I want to do, but I'm going to try it anyways because what else is there if you can't try? 1, 2, 3. This is how high I want to go. Yes. Okay, how much time do you want to waste on this? It's not wasted time if it eventually works. Okay, if you go there. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. I just wanted a bigger gap. Now I have a bigger gap. So we have everything that we want. Because we already tore everything down using Unity, we may as well build everything back up using Unity as well. And then life should be pretty simple. Also, our trucks are currently super busy, so I don't really want them to have to do anything on this side of the mountain. So that's good, that's good. That's good. Now water goes through everything that they want. And trucks should technically be able to, hopefully be able to drive through this. And if they can't, there's just something else I have to figure out. That feels fine. Okay, this one is producing the stuff. This one is producing the stuff, and we have a little bit of extra. How much do we produce here? That answer is actually pretty simple, because I just have to look at food production. My mill produced 16 units, and my baking unit consumes 16 units. Yeah, it's as simple as that. No science required. Baking unit, what else do you need? You also need some water to produce something here. Okay, so with water in mind, as you see, there's like 12 different inputs here. I'm not sure that I ever want to get away from the same recipe out here. I just want to expand bread on this section of things. What is your problem? You don't have... Oh, you're producing a little slower than I thought you were because this was full. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Great. Conveyor belt. Yes, that's this one. Very good. Let me... There you go. That's what I wanted to see. I think I just want this and then connect straight down here and here to make it look even, and then we just run the pipe. There are the two pipes. We could have put them next to each other if we really wanted to, but we really don't have to. Put them in a place where water is abundant. We have water there. You could run it over here to get a little bit of extra water, and you have to put it somewhere, so you may as well run a pipe. Okay. I'm pausing to figure out where I'm going to get my water from. I know that water is a problem in this game. Always has been. And it's by design. It is supposed to be one of the problems. I feel like at some point I wanted to put water production out here, and I don't think that's a generally bad place for that, but we didn't have the workers to actually make all of that work. Okay, and you're wasting a bunch of people on bakeries now, effectively. Is that wasting it if it's going to work? Good question. I would say probably not. We do need another store, and we do need another shopping center thingy, like there, to be able to sell our bread. Okay, that looks good, and that can just go there. So once we produce it, it's actually ready to go for us, which should then, in turn, turn into more workers. Okay, this would feed through there. Great. Where do you have the most water currently sitting? We have a ton of water sitting out here, so this refactoring, the basic distiller is doing a pretty good job of getting us more water. Honestly, I'm very tempted to kind of flip all of this around. Okay, are you distracted enough now? Should you just start making that? I feel like yes. Dumping designation. Okay, I made this a little bigger. I think we have a ton of room here where the waste is. I guess I will never burn this waste. Is what I just decided. That may be a terrible idea, but it's also reversible at some point if that is what I really want to do. Can I go here? It's more curiosity. I know that the dump is right next to it, but from what I understand, all of the... No, this is fine. You can put it right here. The dump is on the north side, and this is on the south side, and there's no pollution in water. It's just a global pollution. Therefore, this should be relatively easy to do exactly this. And we already have a water pipe running here, which is kind of why I wanted to be in this area, because having this water pipe means we can just turn everything around and run the water the other way. Out here, we already have a storage system and all those things in place, so we may as well get them moving. And as you can see, these guys are running low, and it will refill when it rains. I kind of like where we are. Okay, well, with that in mind, why don't you go to refactoring, the basic distiller, and we're going to get some salt out of this too, because we can. Okay, need a little bit of coal and a just coal, really. Okay, let's set this up the right way. RRR. Okay, let's put you... Pipe is easier than the other one. Okay, put you there. Rotate you, flip you. There we go. Now coal's both on the middle there. That's what I wanted. That looks good. We got some wastewater, and we're just going to run that underneath the pipe over here into the brown pipe, because this has a wastewater recipe and just needs 60 units, and right now it's just a city that wants to produce any waste there, so that should be fine. We have the steamer coming down in the middle. How much steam do we produce with the recipe that we want? 12. So really effectively nothing, which is excellent, because that means we can just use a small steam stack right here. And then can I... This is more a I should know better, but I think I can do this. Yeah, look at that. Just simple stack right there. Cool. Water. Water wants to come in here. I don't mind giving you a quick storage for water right off the bat, because it's simply not very expensive. And if we can store a little bit of water in between, that gives our trucks a chance to actually get something useful out of those. So that feels good. Do we need any water from here? We could push. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, 60. That is one pipe. We could push this into an in-between storage, and if we ever run out of power, because this one does consume 100 kilowatts of power, if we do run out of power, we could put a quick storage in there, but it's only 200 units, which is 2.5 cycles. That's really not worth putting anything in there to keep this separate. So what we're going to do instead is look at our pipes, and we're going to run a level 2 pipe right away. That's 200 units already. 1, 2, 3. I do want you high, just so that we can do all the things that I hope we're going to do down the road. That's good. That connects right into there. And then on the other side, because we only need 60 units to actually feed into this, we're just going to do this guy, and that's fine. You're blocking coal now. I totally meant to do that. Don't worry. Okay, well done. How much coal do you need? You need 6 units of coal, which is effectively nothing, so we can just use a very simple coal storage right here. Where are you going to plop that? I would like to plop it a little bit out of the way, so our trucks have a reasonable chance to do what they need to do. You go there, you go there. Probably wasted one construction piece there, but that's not the end of the world. You want to connect to that? You could. That's nice and compact. You could also connect to this, which is a little more elegant looking, but also a little more wasteful, so I don't want that. That one is actually my preferred solution to this, so that's all good. Cool. Yeah, I'm pausing. Normally in games, I just sprint through. I'm like, go, go, go. Today, that is not the case. All right. Oh, we're not getting junk. We're actually getting brine. Cool. You know what we're gonna do with brine? Nope, not like that. I want this. I want the evaporation pond heated. It requires just brine and turns it into 12 salt. What are we gonna do with this? I don't know yet, but we have it, so we may as well do something useful with it. So we're just going to throw you over here. What was the ratio? I already forgot. So let's look at ratio now. Recipe would be this: 96 brine. You will produce 24. So 4 of these are one of these. Perfect. So we have a lot of extra capacity right here. If you're running your pipes that way, you already talked about you want your trucks to be able to go through this, but then when you build them, you really kind of ignore all of that. So that's cool. Let's go not the level of the water pipe right next to you. Let's go the other level. Is that high enough? For trucks, I think it's high enough. And you would go here, and you would connect to that eventually. That's fine. You kind of do the same thing. Level 2 out here. There you go. There you go. And then you feed in there. Now trucks should be able to easily move underneath all of that. Okay. with that in mind, can we go from there into there? Just the water storages. That's fine. And I know you want to. Let me in. You have to go there. Can you not go into the upright position? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to, I guess. Feed into too close to another pipe connector. You don't like that. You could feed into this. The only reason why I wouldn't like this is to figure out how much water we actually want to run through this. 200 units of water. That's fine. 60 units come from those two guys. How much are you producing? Just 36 units. So honestly, this water pipe is close to enough for what we want here, and the little bit of extra water can split out to the right. That doesn't feel wrong. But it would be nice if we have a combining pipe that runs back into the system, but really, this thing just has to be flipped. If we can flip you, all of this will be easier. Currently, you don't have enough workers to run all of this. That may be true, but give it a minute. Okay, let's do this. Just run it forward, because I think what you build here is not all that terrible. Yeah, this output is blocked. Nobody cares about that, honestly. This should all turn into water. That sounds good. These pipes are more than big enough. You definitely have to be upgraded pipe-wise. We do have the materials, so we may as well turn that one into bigger. Turn this one into bigger. 15 units. Yeah, sure. No problem. And it goes all the way here. Gets a double feed in onto that side. That's cute. This one is the feedback loop. Okay. This one is then the other loop. That is okay. No, that's the wrong thing. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to do this. And then you want to keep that the same way. That should be fine. It connects right to that. That should all be good. There's our water. And then once this is built, we don't have enough workers right now. Okay. Let's look on the map. Let's look at our friends here. You have 16 people for me. That's great. That almost levels me out. You have another 16 for me. That's also great. At least 15. And there's still more things that we have to build here, which is super exciting. But it should all work. All of this should just work. Coal, I would like some delivered right away. How much coal do we have? We have some coal. We also have some copper coming in now. Golden construction pieces. Yeah, they're going away because of reasons. That's fine. And then you would like to store some salt. All right, store some salt. I don't know that we're going to do anything with you right away, but we may as well just make that happen. Cool. There is some water. Beautiful. Gets fed into that thing. Beautiful. I would like to see both of these effectively full before I go wild on like turning all the pipes around, because at the very least I need this one to be relatively full. I don't know what I'm seeing. It looks like it's good, but it may not be. How are you guys doing? You're generally going up in the right direction. That is nice. I should probably give them a priority, but honestly, yeah, if we just flip this one the other way, this one also flips the other way, then this one is really our priority source for water going here. And as long as that doesn't go down, I think we're doing quite okay. Flip you. Yep. Flow this direction, and then obviously flip you, because you are the water source for the rest. So now we have connected the water towers that we had sitting out here to the water production that we have here. And if we have to, I don't think it will be terrible to increase production. That one does look like it's actually not really keeping up with water flow there. So what we're going to do here is just this. Toggle that direction, that both of these feed the city. This one is specifically for the city, and the rest can go wherever they want to go. They're going to produce enough or no? You are... Oh, thank you. Consumption is 54. Pause. You know what that translates to? We need another one of these, or we need another source of water. Okay, that's not the end of the world. It's effectively exactly the same setup, plus we can run coal over there. I'm not sure where I made this one the way it is, because now the coal has to go around it, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, you don't have enough people for doing this. That is true. Where could you steal some from? Probably here. How many workers do you need for this? 6. Okay, pause you for a minute. I don't even know what we use cement for right now. That's probably not a good thing that I don't know, but that's the way it is. These two together barely produce what we need for the city. So there's not going to be real surplus. So yeah, we have to expand on this. Got it. C, copy this blob effectively. Yep, that's fine. We'll plop you right here. You can actually go up a little bit so we can keep the driving connection the way it was. That looks fine. Still losing some people. I don't want to lose because I don't have the number of people available that I need to make this all work. That is really not what I'm looking for. What's this? Sea salt? Start repairs on the sulfur mine. Cool. Can you go find another city, please? Excuse me. Explore. Thank you, ship. It really feels like that's what we need. Okay, you copy. Okay, that can go here. Then you. I want you to be a big pipe, though, not a small pipe. Fluid. Pipe. Big pipe. Run. 1, 2, 3. Just the same height as this guy's running at. Stop snapping. R. I don't want to snap to anything right now. You go there. And we could use a little bit of the extra water that we already get from here, but I don't know that we have to. There you go. There you go. R to unsnap. You go there. You can be just a small pipe because you're on the way. There you go. That's what I wanted. You two are happy. Great. Get you built. And then this conveyor just has to come out all the way here. Let's run underneath the water pipes. Feed coal in there and feed coal in there. Beautiful. That should be enough room to get those guys connected. Okay, that is most of the water. This pipe, how much brine are we getting out of this? We're getting 24 brine, so both of those together are not 60 yet, but we're getting there, and you are running low. Don't like that one bit. That water connection seems fine. You are brine. Brine goes here. You are also... No, that's all water. That's water, that's water. These are water pipes. Okay. You are the other brine. You can go here. Okay. Apparently I got another ship that wants to fight me. You go here. I'm going to pause because we're out of workers for sure. I have to turn off a couple productions. What do we really not need? No, it's not the best time to look at that. Okay. Turn that one into a bigger pipe here, and then we may be able to actually handle all the things that are there. Unpause, get the last pieces of water coming through here, and then this water pipe definitely has to be maxed out, no matter what I do. I'm actually gonna... This is ugly. I know this is ugly, but it's gonna be functional because all I really want here is more dedicated water to that side, and the other water can go to the other side, and that should just work. Okay, we're negative 28 people. We are not building. Why are we doing so bad on building? Because our water supply is not big enough. Okay, currently no water. Got it. You know what we're gonna do with that? We're gonna, for the time being, flip this around again and get our water from where it actually is supposed to come, which is all of these. Until the city is happy again, because we cannot have negative 12 growth. That's just not going to work. So let's get all that water in there. We don't have enough workers to even make this happen. Okay, talk to who doesn't need workers right now. You have 10 workers here. You are certainly not doing anything, so there's a little bit of that. Maintenance wise, vehicle repair, vehicle pieces, you can go. I'm going to turn off one of each, just so we have enough going on of those people, and then 12 workers from here. Now at least we're in the surplus again. I do have to turn them back on, but yeah, we have to start somewhere. What do we have? We found something cool, and you're heading back. Also cool. We cannot explore that. How many workers do you want to give me? 2 is what I'm going to take. 2 is what I'm going to take from you. And you don't give me any workers. No problem. Build the thing. Dang it. You. We don't have code and construction parts for this, do we? No, we do. Now we do. I see it. It just appeared. And then you're the last one. Cool. we should be able to see these fill up, and you are okay now because you are getting water in. You have bread stored, which is wonderful, which should give us an increased population, not increased population like what it feels like we have right now. Okay, with that in mind, you seem to be able to keep that one pretty empty, but you're not enough to actually supply enough of this to the boiler to run this consistently. So I'm okay with this not being a full-time gig for you. It looks like we're doing a pretty good job on flattening this. Honestly, they're doing pretty great there, and our road is kind of happening slowly, but it certainly is happening. So what more can you want from that? Yeah. Okay, water. Get water organized here. Got it. You are actually full on water, so I feel it is fair that we just splice off a fluid storage. Right over here, near the edge of the field, you can run wherever you want to run to. Excuse me. That's how far you want to go, really? I kind of want to go here, stay close to the field, just because it makes my life a little easier. And then, yes, you can connect into there. We do need this to be a bigger pipe. And we do need this to be a bigger pipe. And this is already a big pipe. Are you gonna run out of water? Well, the hope is that it will fill up this guy relatively quickly, and then we don't consume as much here, just like the leftovers or the extras. Maybe. 1, 2, 3 is how high I want to go. I'm using that as my default. I am not convinced that that is the right number, but that is clearly what we have been using, so that's what I want to use going forward. Let's see, you go down there, you are down here, connect into water, you're down here, connect into water. You don't want to connect to that piece, do you? It'll be like this. It'll be a little, that'll be just, it would look wrong. So do that, do this, and then everyone can be happy. Cool. So water automatically delivered, then unit storage. I think we're gonna do just the usual thing. Rotate this around, get your bread in there and get your bread in there, so everything can be nice and produced. Main thing you're waiting for is oh no, you're full on bread, and you don't know, you don't want to do much without the water. Got it. Not a problem. I am happy for this one to get imported by truck for the time being, just so we don't overload the rest of the system. Okay, how are you guys doing? How is there not more water in here yet? What is your problem? Output is full. Brine is full because this thing... Oh. Output... Hold on. How do I... Salt? How do I store salt? Where's salt stored? It doesn't tell me there. Okay. Storage. Loose. Salt goes in there, buddy. Okay. Delete you. Quick. Thank you. And then I need a loose storage for salt. I don't know. I obviously didn't pay attention to the thing that I should have paid attention to, but give me 2 salties. Fill that one up right away. Thank you. And then the brine shall flow. There we go. A little bit of salt coming in. I don't know. At least now we have all of these feed exactly into there, and then what are we going to do with the salt when we get to it? We could do something with the mixer that will produce acid and glass mix. Glass mix is something that we need for the larger vehicles, which is absolutely something that's on my to-do list, so we don't have to waste the salt. We are actually close to limestone. We're not close to sand, which is a little unfortunate, but trains are a thing that is coming relatively soon, hopefully. This all has to be stable, and we're not stable until our population size is growing and not shrinking like it has been doing for a little while. We're maxed out on food, we're maxed out on electricity, we're maxed out on water. We're getting a little bonus on health. That's nice. Vehicle pollution is bad. Air pollution is terrible. Landfill pollution is not that bad. Oh no, this is Unity. Who cares about Unity? Food production. Okay, tell me more about this. What this is. It doesn't really give me much. Research bonus, cool. Total growth, 0.001%, not helpful. Huh. Could not store all potatoes in the harvest. Yeah. Total number of settlements. We need more people. We absolutely need more people. We just gained a couple because we don't have a negative growth anymore, but this is just so razor thin that I am not content with that at all. Yes, water pollution is obviously going up. Vehicle pollution is bad. I know that I've never been in this situation because I usually failed out before this. No research is going on right now. That's not super helpful. Let's go look at a couple things. Custom surfaces? Nah. I don't know what I would do with that yet. New food market and storage. I just learned that double click also selects the queue for those things, so that's cool. Biofuel, not really. Vehicle management, logistic zones. Logistic zones is something that I would like relatively soon, so I'd go there. Edicts. Why not? Oh, I think I have an edict for population growth. Okay. This one feels important. So let's go for recycling. Whatever can help our population growth a little bit. We have bigger power generator, fermentation, chicken farm, food packaging. Yeah, those sound good. And then what's that one? Oh, that's another level. Sausage production. Cool. Yeah, let's do this one. I don't want to sit on no research. I want to sit at least on something reasonable over here, as you can see. Okay, 19 workers available. Who do we want to throw back into the race? These are generally full, so I don't think those are required. We are also full there. That all looks good. Golden construction parts are not really producing all that we want. At least we're full on food now. That's good. We have a couple of these guys not doing some. Who is stuck? Who's not producing? We are not getting golden construction parts in fast enough because we're not getting the white construction parts in fast enough because we are not getting wood? We're out of wood. Haha. Okay, well, I know what I'm gonna do next. Thank you so much for watching. Always more things to do, and I would really like to get 2 trains, but I know I cannot just force it. I have to earn getting 2 trains. Currently, we're out of wood. We will fix that. Hopefully, eventually. Is there a ton of wood sitting over here? Not a ton, just a little bit. So that is probably why our trucks are currently busy. Maybe the wood planes up here will be the first thing that trains are used for. I don't hate that idea. Build track. What do you actually cost? To build any track, it doesn't say much. Just pretend that that's what we want to build. Not really. All we need is gravel and rail parts. Okay. Modify pillars. No. Set no stop section. Interesting. Set direction. Interesting. Set exclusive zones. I've heard about that before. Where am I train? Train depot. Lots of red construction parts. We have some. Train depot extension. Sure. Unity station module. Unit station module. Loose station module. Fluid station module. Empty station module. Empty station. Okay. Steam fuel module. Interesting. Diesel fuel module. Train station. Oh, that's what these crossings were for. Okay. I still don't know where am I going to get train tracks from. Train track parts. Train lines manager. No, that's not helpful. Yeah, where are we going to produce train tracks? Look at your research. I know this is out of the scope of what we're currently working on. However, it is some. Here we go. Assembly 3 with concrete and steel turns out rail parts. Huh. Now I know. Do we have concrete? Yes, we do. Do we have steel? Yes, we do. Okay. Do we have enough concrete? No, we don't. But we can probably expand this over here and siphon off some of the steel for the assembly 3 and probably have a sorter. Oh, wow. These guys are actually set up really well for what I want out of this. I just have to start producing them. Okay, do we have a sorter? Yes, we do have a sorter. These guys can do either thing for us. The only thing that I currently don't get is concrete, but concrete shouldn't be a problem. because we have a third one wide open, a third connector wide open that we can just siphon into. All I need is to actually get concrete out of there, which means from here, from that conveyor, we have to go all the way back and get some concrete organized out here, which is also not really a problem because it's pretty much on the way anyways. We can just hover next to this thing and all of that's going to work. Cool. Rail parts, rail planning, making more wood, producing more stuff is in the near future. I'm excited for that. For right now, at least we're stable on number of workers that we have. We're also stable on number of food items we have. We don't have as many veggies as I would like to have. So that is not great. Also, who would like to produce or to move the stuff a little faster? Because I don't like that there's stuff backing up behind this, where there's two different units of things coming through. That's not cool. That does mean you have to upgrade this really on all sections of these. That's fine. We'll do that one, that one, that one. And then I will say, thank you so much for watching. It was so nice to see you. There's some veggies produced there. They don't know where to go. I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.